You ever grew up with R&B and soul in your bones, radio humming in the kitchen, slow jams on a weekend night, that one song that could fix your mood in 10 seconds? This video is for you, because today we're counting down 12 R&B soul songs we'll never forget. Not just hits, but memory triggers. The kind of records where the first 2 seconds feels like a time machine. And here's the challenge: no artist repeats, so every entry has to earn its spot. Stick with me, because the top 4, those aren't just songs, they're landmarks. One of them can start a whole room singing before the first verse even lands. Let's get into it.
We were made in his image, then call us by our names.
I still remember the first time On and On slid into my life like smoke in a room. Soft, steady, and impossible to ignore. It didn't kick the door down like a big pop chorus. It strolled in. It had this calm confidence, like it already knew it would outlast the trends.
On and on and on.
Back then, the air was thick with shiny radio R&B. Big drums, big hooks, big hair, big everything. But here comes Erykah, sounding like she's been here for 100 years, and also like she's brand new. That's what made On and On hit different. It felt like the music wasn't trying to impress you. It was trying to tell you the truth.
The world keeps turning. Oh.
And the truth is, the vibe alone was a revolution. That beat has a pocket you can fall into. The drums don't rush. The groove doesn't beg. It just rolls forward, like a train at night. Then her voice, warm, slightly raspy, totally in control, starts talking to you like a friend who's seen some things.
Intellects do not believe in God, but they fear me.
Not preaching, not lecturing, just laying it out. And the wild part? It still feels current. You can play it today and it doesn't feel like a throwback. It feels like a blueprint. You hear it and you understand why so many artists after her started chasing that kind of honesty. Music that can groove and heal you at the same time. That's why it earns its place here at number 12.
I am feeling kinda hungry.
It's a modern classic, but it carries old soul wisdom. It's the sound of somebody stepping into the culture and saying, I'm not here for the gimmicks, I'm here for the truth. And if number 12 is the cool spiritual awakening, just wait. Because number 11 is the one that made a whole generation believe love could actually break your heart in 4-part harmony.
If this song just hit you in that quiet place, don't let this moment be a one-time thing. Subscribe to Demo. We're building a home for real R&B and soul. The kind that heals, the kind that tells the truth. Hit subscribe and come back whenever you need a song that understands you.
Some songs don't just play on the radio. They take over the radio. End of the Road was one of those. I remember it like a season, not like a day, like a whole stretch of time. You'd hear it at home, in cars, at school dances, at weddings, at family parties, and even in stores where you were supposed to be shopping and not catching feelings. And every time it came on, people did the same thing. Faces got serious, voices got softer, and somebody, somewhere, started singing along like they were personally involved. That's the power of End of the Road. It isn't just a breakup song, it's a breakup movie. It starts like heartbreak is still fresh, like the ink isn't even dry on the goodbye. Then it keeps rising, verse, chorus, bridge, until it's not even a song anymore. It's a confession, and that's why End of the Road lives forever. Because it captured something universal, love refusing to accept the ending. It's not the cool kind of breakup. It's the messy kind, the kind where you stare at the phone, the kind where you keep the picture, the kind where you hear one song and you're right back there. That's number 11, the grown folk anthem for when your heart won't listen to your brain. Now, if Boyz II Men gave us Heartbreak as a blockbuster, 10 gives us Love as a slow sunrise, quiet, classy, and so smooth it feels expensive.
Never leave, 'cause I believe.
Some songs don't need to be loud to be powerful. Sweet Love is proof. I first heard it the way a lot of people did. Late night, low volume, when the world finally calms down. The kind of hour when the radio feels like it's whispering to you. And Anita Baker's voice? That's not a whisper. That's velvet. That's warmth.
Call me closer to you. I will be.
That's the sound of someone who has been through enough to stop playing games. Sweet Love is one of those records that makes you sit up straight without realizing it. The production is smooth, clean drums, soft keys, gentle groove. But the real instrument is Anita's voice. She sings like she's not trying to show off. And that's what makes it scary good. She's not reaching for attention. She's holding your attention. What makes Sweet Love timeless is the way it treats romance like something sacred. Not childish, not messy, not confusing. It's adult love. It's love with boundaries.
I'm gonna be all that you need.
Love with patience. Love that doesn't feel like a roller coaster. It feels like a home. That's what Sweet Love gives you. Calm that still feels romantic. And after that kind of elegance, Murter 9 comes in with pure joy. The grown folk anthem that proves sophistication can dance too. Because when Luther hits the groove, you don't just listen, you move.
Scared to touch it. How I spend my day dreaming, planning how to say I love you.
If R&B had a smile, Never Too Much would be it. I don't care what kind of mood you're in. When that intro starts, something in you wakes up. That beat doesn't drag. It doesn't mope. It glides. And Luther's voice comes in like a masterclass, like he's saying, yeah, I'm about to make this feel good, and you're going to enjoy it.
I like it, and I just don't want.
What makes Never Too Much unforgettable is that it's happy without being cheesy. It's romantic without being corny. It's fun without being empty. That's hard to pull off. A lot of songs can be upbeat, but they don't have soul. Luther had soul on every syllable. This song is a perfect example of why Luther became Luther. Because he could sing with power, but he also had control. He knew when to push. He knew when to pull back. He could make a simple line sound like the most important line you've ever heard. Also, let's give Luther his flowers as a craftsman. This isn't messy. It's tight. It's polished. Every part is placed where it needs to be. Hook, groove, vocal runs, background layers. It's a song built to last, and it did. Never Too Much is the kind of record that keeps coming back around. New generations sample that feel. DJs bring it back. Old heads grin when they hear it, because they remember exactly what life felt like when this was on heavy rotation.
I've been so many places in my life and time.
There are some songs you don't just hear. You sit with them, like you're in the same room with the singer, like the song is looking you in the eyes. A Song for You is one of those. I remember the first time I really listened to Donny Hathaway's version. Not half listened while doing something else. Really listened. It felt like I accidentally opened somebody's diary, because this isn't a performance in the normal sense. It's a man telling the truth out loud, with music holding him up while he does it. And the thing is, the song itself is already emotional. But Donny takes it somewhere deeper. He sings like he's not trying to be perfect. He's trying to be honest. You can hear the weight in his voice.
So we're alone now, and I'm singing this song.
You can hear the moments where he almost sounds like he's talking more than singing. Like the words are too real to dress up. And Donny's voice? Man. That voice is not pretty in a fake way. It's rich. It's human. It's strong enough to lift you and tender enough to break you. He had that rare gift. He could make pain sound beautiful without turning it into drama. That's why this is an essential. Because when people talk about soul, this is what they mean. not just a style, not just a genre. Soul is when a singer makes you feel like you're not alone in what you're feeling. Donnie did that here. The first time Superstition comes on, you don't ask what it is. Your body answers before your brain does. That opening groove is like a door flying open. It's bold, it's funky, it's sharp, it has teeth. And then Stevie starts singing with that playful warning in his voice, like he's smiling while he's telling you the truth. Don't let silly beliefs run your life. I can't even count how many places I've heard Superstition. Radios, parties, TV, someone's uncle blasting it while cleaning the house like it's a workout. DJs dropping it and watching the crowd light up. It's one of those records that turns any space into a moment. And what made it feel so special back then was how alive it sounded. I can't even count how many places I've heard Superstition. Radios, parties, TV, someone's uncle blasting it while cleaning the house like it's a workout. DJs dropping it and watching the crowd light up. It's one of those records that turns any space into a moment. And what made it feel so special back then was how alive it sounded. Like the instruments had personality. The groove hits, and it's like the song is walking around the room. That's real musicianship, real rhythm, real attitude. This is also the kind of song that shows how soul and funk were connected at the hip. Soul isn't always slow and sad. Sometimes soul is a band locked in, a groove so strong it feels like it could push a car up a hill. And when Stevie's voice jumps into those lines, you can hear his confidence. He sounds like he knows he just made something that would last. Not in an arrogant way, more like, yeah, this is going to be around. And he was right.
People get ready, ready, ready.
People Get Ready isn't just a song, it's a spirit. I first learned it the way many of us did. Not from a chart position, not from trivia, but from life. From hearing it in places where people needed strength. In homes where elders played it like medicine. In moments where you could feel the world's pressure, and the music had to do more than entertain. It had to hold people up. When it starts, it doesn't rush. It arrives like a calm voice in a storm. And that's what made it so powerful. It's a song about getting ready, getting your heart right, getting your mind steady. It feels like someone is saying, we're going to make it through, but you've got to hold on. And if you understand the time this song comes from, when people were marching, praying, fighting for dignity, then you feel why it lands so deep.
There's a train a-coming, and you know.
This isn't protest music in the loud, angry way. This is protest music in the faith way. The kind that says, we believe in something bigger than the fear in front of us. And that's the key. People Get Ready has always felt like it belongs to everybody. It doesn't sound like a star performing. It sounds like a group telling you, you're not by yourself, even if you're tired.
You see some out there, they may be old.
Even if you're scared, even if you've been waiting too long, that's why it's unforgettable. Because it became bigger than the record. It became a piece of culture. The kind of song that sits in the background of history and still feels relevant whenever the world gets heavy.
If she's gonna stay.
Ain't No Sunshine is the kind of heartbreak that doesn't need a long speech. It's short, simple, and it still punches you in the gut. I remember hearing it and thinking, how can something so small feel so huge? It's like Bill Withers figured out the secret. You don't need to overdo it. You don't need big production.
On the darkness every day.
You just need the truth, said plainly. The song feels like a room with the lights off. That's the best way I can describe it. The guitar line is quiet but sharp. The rhythm is steady, like someone trying to stay calm while they're falling apart inside. And Bill's voice, man, that voice sounds like a person you actually know. Not a superstar, a real man. A man who's trying to accept something he doesn't want to accept. And when you hear that song on the radio, especially late at night, it doesn't feel like entertainment. It feels like somebody is keeping you company in your sadness. That's soul. That's why Bill Withers is a giant. He didn't need to be dramatic. He just needed to be real.
Spend my life with you.
Some songs don't just sound like love. They sound like a decision. The first time I heard Let's Stay Together, I wasn't thinking about chart history or music trivia. I was thinking about real people, couples, the kind who've been through arguments, bills, stress, and long nights, and still wake up and choose each other. That's what Al Green captured. This isn't puppy love.
What I need.
This is grown love. Love that has survived moods and seasons. I remember hearing it on the radio and feeling like the whole station suddenly changed temperature. Everything got warmer, softer, like somebody turned the lights down without asking. That opening, those smooth drums, that gentle groove comes in like a slow smile. And then Al's voice floats in, not forcing anything. He sings like he's already close to you.
Let's stay together, loving you.
Like he's leaning in with the most reasonable request in the world. This is also one of those records where you can feel the room it was made for. Not a stadium, a living room, a slow dance, a car ride at night, a moment where two people are trying to make it work. That's why it's Mount Rushmore. Because Let's Stay Together didn't just become a hit. It became a language. People quote it without thinking. DJs play it and couples walk closer. It became the soundtrack for the idea that love isn't just emotion. Love is maintenance.
Oh, make it nice.
There are songs that define a year. Then there are songs that define a moment in human history. What's Going On feels like that to me. The first time I heard it, I didn't even understand everything it was talking about. But I could feel it. I could feel the sadness, the confusion, the urgency, the love underneath the worry. That's what's different about it.
Tell me what's going on. Woo! Come on.
This isn't a protest song that throws punches. It's a protest song that reaches out its hand. It starts almost like you're walking into a room where people are already talking. That little opening feels like community, like voices in the background, like life happening. And then Marvin comes in, and his voice doesn't sound angry.
Thinks we're wrong, they do. But who are they to judge?
It sounds tired, not weak. Tired like someone who's been watching the world spin out and doesn't know how much more we can take. I remember how it felt hearing it on radio. Like the DJ suddenly got serious. Like the station turned into something more than entertainment. Like the song was asking listeners to be human again. That's what makes it timeless. The question never goes away. Every generation ends up asking it in a new way.
Sitting on a dock, just for the bay.
This song feels like a sigh you've been holding in all day. Dock of the Bay is one of those records that you can't rush. It moves at its own pace, like waves. And the first time I heard it, I remember thinking, this doesn't sound like a performance. It sounds like a man sitting still, finally letting himself feel what he's been avoiding.
Nothing to leave. Look like nothing's going to fall. Wanna come back.
That guitar, that soft rhythm, it feels like time slowing down. Like you're sitting somewhere alone, looking at the distance, and your thoughts are louder than the world around you. Otis sings like he's tired, like he's been running from something and finally stopped. And that's what the song is really about. That moment when you realize you can't outrun yourself.
Look like nothing.
I've heard it in cars late at night, when the city lights blur and you're thinking about where your life is going. I've heard it in movies, and it always lands like a moment of truth. Because it isn't trying to entertain you. It's just telling you how it feels to be human. That's why it's Mount Rushmore. Because soul isn't only passion, soul is reflection. Soul is sitting with yourself and not looking away.
If this song just hits you in that quiet place, don't let this moment be a one-time thing. Subscribe to Demo. We're building a home for real R&B and soul. The kind that heals, the kind that tells the truth. Hit subscribe and come back whenever you need a song that understands you.
Respect is one of those records where the first seconds feel like a door swinging open. When it comes on, you don't sit back, you sit up. Because Aretha doesn't sound like she's requesting anything. She sounds like she's stating the rules. I remember how it used to hit in real life, on radio, at cookouts, in houses where the speakers were always a little too loud. People would hear that groove and instantly react. Heads nod, hands clap. Somebody somewhere says, "Now that is Aretha." And then the singing starts, because you can't help it. The hook is in your blood. What makes Respect so powerful is the combination of voice and energy. Aretha's voice is not just pretty, it's commanding, it's confident. It's sharp when it needs to be, and joyful when it wants to be. She sings like she owns the room, and the crazy part is, she does, every time. That's the true power of this countdown. These songs aren't just old hits, they're living pieces of us. They raised the genre, and in a lot of ways, they raised us too. The journey doesn't end here, R&B soul lovers. Watch this next.